The sacrifice, love, and dedication shown by First Coast Women's Services towards our family are certainly in line with biblical principles.
Without First Coast Women's Services, I would not be here to help walk women through some of the darkest times of their life.
Not only did they save my baby's lives, but they also saved mine.
First Coast Women's Services. Our purpose is to prevent the tragedy of abortion by offering truthful information, emotional support, and practical assistance to those facing an unplanned pregnancy. What follows are 3 stories of hope from our clients. The first is a couple who adopted a baby born to one of our clients. We are not an adoption agency, but we educated this client about all of her choices, including adoption.
One day, while we were serving at an outreach at our church, I had an occasion to meet a single mother who informed me that she was pregnant and was planning on putting the baby up for adoption. The Holy Spirit just immediately spoke to me that my family was going to be adopting this baby.
I just had this huge fear of all the stories that you hear of people walking away, and with the fear that the birth mom could choose not to put the baby up for adoption.
First Coast Women's Services did an incredible job of communicating and addressing our fears and the birth mother's fears. They offered tons of encouragement.
And reassured us that everything was going to be fine and that God had a plan and a purpose.
I think my greatest appreciation for First Coast Women's Services was when we were at the actual hospital and Parker was born, and knew that he was going to be our son. Towards everyone who was involved, from the admin staff and everybody, because of them, our family's complete.
Our second story is an abortion-vulnerable client who chose life after seeing not 1 but 2 heartbeats during her ultrasound.
I was 20 years old when I found out I was pregnant. I felt like another statistic, another single black female having to raise 2 kids. I was suicidal. I took the whole pregnancy thing really bad. One day I accidentally hit this lady's car. Thank God the lady she was a very nice lady. And then one day she introduced me to First Coast Women's Services because she found out I was pregnant. They were just gonna check on me and check on the baby. I remember this room. I was sitting right here. They prepared me on being a parent, and I was finding out I was having twins. Not 1. But 2. But now, by me coming to the services, it made me realize there is life after what I didn't plan. And my sons, they make it so much easier.
Our third story is about a woman who received healing through our abortion healing ministry and is now helping others receive it in the same way.
When I was 16 years old, I found myself pregnant. I had a whole life planned, and a baby at 16 was not a part of it. I said, well, everybody else I know is having abortions. I can too. I drove across town into Jacksonville and got an abortion, and from that moment, that day, I started suffering from serious, severe depression. I got on antidepressants, I started counseling, but I would never acknowledge that the abortion might have anything to do with anything. See, when I was pregnant 20 years ago, there was no First Coast Women's Services to help me. So I decided to volunteer. I went and they said, well, you've got to go through an abortion healing class since you say you have an abortion in your history. And when I went through the class, it changed my world. To know that I was forgiven and set free from what I had done, I knew that moment I had to give back. I had to come back into First Coast Women's Services in some way and minister to hurting women. I have watched women of color have more abortions than any other group of women, and they need help. through abortion healing, through crisis pregnancy counseling, through the awesome mobile unit that is going on.
Our desire at First Coast Women's Services is to offer life-affirming choices to women and men facing unplanned pregnancies for their unborn child. We are now taking our services to underserved communities in Northeast Florida with our Mobile Pregnancy Center. We offer free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and options counseling within those communities. But we could not do any of this without your help. Please consider becoming a volunteer, a member of our prayer texting team, and making a financial contribution. Because of your support, we will continue to offer help and the hope found in Jesus Christ.
We just really want to thank Jesus for using First Coast Women's Services to make this journey possible for our family.
They showed me that my life was worth living.
God is a God of restoration, and He will restore us. So that's what First Coast Women's Services has done for me. That's what it does for so many people.
Yeah, I know you see this huge smile on my face. It's because of my babies.
And I don't know, honestly, where I'd be without it.